Hello, everybody. Hello. How is everyone doing on this amazing Wednesday? Could you believe we are 12 days into the year? 12 days into the year already. That means in 3 more days, we're going to be 15 days, halfway through the first month of the year. I am so excited to be here with everyone today. This is your friend, your real estate and business coach, Lucy Quinones. And today I have a hot topic. But before we get into that hot topic, I just wanted to remind everyone that every Wednesdays at 12, I'm doing my live coaching where I am basically bringing my experience. I'm bringing the things that I am not only have learned in the last 10 years of coaching people, but the things that I've learned in the 20 years of being in the real estate industry. And most importantly, what I am learning every day now that is keeping me on track. So please share this with someone. So I don't know if you're going to be watching this live or you're going to see the replay wherever you're watching from. Let me look at some of the comments here. Wherever you're watching from, go ahead and let me know the city that you're watching from, where you're connecting from, because this is going live on multiple platforms. It's going live on different places. And I'm always excited to be able to know that there's people that are going to be watching this now or later. I actually started this initiative on April 1st of 2020 when the pandemic hit. It was a moment where we all found ourselves shut down, and I literally had to, pivot. I had to shift. I had to reinvent myself. But then I stopped doing it, and that's what I want to talk to you today about. So I hope you get your pen and papers ready. I'm going to be telling you when to take notes when I know I'm going to touch on an important subject, because the idea is not just for you to come in and get another bunch of information. That is not the idea at all. That's why I call this experience coaching. The things that I share with you, I want you to take them. I want you to implement them. I want you to test them, contest them. Message me on direct, message me through my Instagram. I'm Coach Lucy Q on Instagram. I'm Coach Lucy Q here on Facebook. Message me and let me know, hey, I tried this out, Lucy, and this is the feedback that I'm getting, or this is what's happening. My coaching online, guys, is part of my latest initiative, which was literally to make an impact in my agent community. So I'm going to be coming to you today and speaking from the heart, speaking from years of knowledge, speaking from my own life experience. That's why I call it experience coaching. This is not something that I learned online, I watched on YouTube, I bought the latest and greatest, agent coaching. This is what I've seen happen to more than 5,000 agents that I have coached in Latin America and in the United States. This is what I see brokers struggling with, business owners struggling with. These are things that I've struggled with myself, that I have had amazing, phenomenal teachers, instructors, coaches, mentors that have helped me, overcome these challenges. And we all go through them. Like my great, late mentor, teacher, confidant, coach used to tell me, the person that just poured into me for 20 years, he would say, Lucy, nobody escapes. It doesn't matter how much people want you to believe that they're having the perfect life. Nobody escapes. So I want to talk to you today exactly about that. I want to talk to you today about, where are you 12 days in? Where are you? Where do you find yourself? Because I know everybody, October, November, and December, oh, gung ho, I am going to change my life. I am going to do this. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to speak today to those realtors and those business people, because real estate is the most phenomenal business that you can be in. So when I speak to realtors, I'm speaking to business owners. I'm speaking to team leaders. I'm speaking to brokers. I'm speaking to, solopreneurs. I'm speaking to independent business owners. I'm speaking to everyone, because we all go through the same things. Where are you finding yourself today? Where are you finding yourself today? And do me a favor. Don't forget to let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching on the replay, please let me know I'm watching this on replay. And go ahead and share this with someone. As I was telling you before I dive deep into what I'm bringing to you today, I made a decision. I made a decision to give myself permission to go all out. I made a decision to give myself permission to not hold back, to not dim myself. Am I speaking to somebody? To overcome my own insecurities, my own fears, my own uncertainties. And here's what I did. I made a decision to do that. And then I gave myself permission to push myself beyond my comfort zone, beyond the status quo of my life, beyond the things that I've done as a routine day in and day out that have me at the level that I am at. Go ahead and write this down, guys. Write this down. I must go above and beyond my daily routine, the the habits that I have every day, because those have me where I am at now. That is what has you where you are right now. The truth is, you and I have unlimited, untapped potential. The truth is, you and I have not even discovered our ultimate life. The truth is, you may be thinking about having a better year, but I'm here to tell you what you really want to do is discover what that ultimate life would be like. For example, I don't care if you're in real estate for 5 minutes, 5 months, 5 years, or 50 years for that matter. We are all in a place of self discovery. We are all in a place of having to reinvent ourselves. You and I are in a place that right here, right now, write this down. Either we evolve or we grow extinct. Either we evolve or we are going to become extinct. Either we become relevant to our community, okay? Either we become relevant to our consumers, either we become relevant to our customers, to our sphere, to our marketplace, or we are going to become irrelevant to all of them. So, are you showing up? Write this down. How am I showing up in my community? Number one, how am I showing up in my community? How am I showing up in my marketplace? How am I showing up with my customers? How am I showing up with my sphere? I was telling my agents the other day on our leaders huddle, it is not our customers' responsibility or task to remember us as real estate professionals. It is not our customers' responsibility to remember us as the realtor that they're supposed to call the moment that they want to buy or sell a home. It is not their responsibility. It is your responsibility to be in their radar. And right now, that's why I want you to write this down. How are you showing up? How are you showing up? And if you had a phenomenal year in 2021, which I know a lot of people had a phenomenal year, then that means you got to pick up the pace for 2022. You got to go further in 2022. You've got to scale your performance in 2022. Because remember, you can't be a repeat of last year because that's going to make you just blend in. There's a lot of people coming into the industry. There's a lot of people that are jumping into the real estate industry. How are you ready to compete? So I don't care again if you're 5 minutes, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, or 50 years. We're all in an even playing field. So you must give yourself permission. Write this down. I must give myself permission to push myself beyond my comfort zone every day. Let me tell you, I go to bed with a headache now. I am so far out of my comfort zone in the things that I'm doing and the way that I'm scaling and the way that I'm reinventing, repositioning, redesigning, restructuring, reframing everything that I'm doing, that not only am I overwhelmed, my staff is overwhelmed. Anybody that hangs around with me, they are sprinting. We are sprinting because we are like an airplane right now on the runway. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I'm going to give you the secret to get over it. You've got to remind yourself of this every minute that you feel it, because God knows we all feel it, especially 12 days into the year. We thought December was going to be so far away. A lot of us decided to just go on cruise control in December. We decided to take vacations. Some of you, I didn't stop. I pushed harder in the last 2 weeks than I had pushed in the previous, two months, because I wanted to hit the ground running in 2022. And I knew, just like an airplane, when does the airplane pick up the most speed from the runway? When it's just coming out of the gate, when it's approaching the runway, or once it kicks into gear, right? What does it do? That is exactly what you need to be doing right now on the 12th day of January, on the 12th day of the brand new year. You have to find a way to continuously accelerate, 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 accelerate every day. But Lucy, I don't have enough time. Guess what? We all get 24/7. But Lucy, I'm overwhelmed. So here's the secret. Here's the secret. Write this down. Here's what my coach keeps telling us. I'm coaching with a person that's extremely intense. If you don't know him, you go follow him, go seek him, go watch his stuff. His name is Eric Worre. The guy runs a network around the world. I mean, we're talking about people being connected, learning from this man and what he knows about building community. He focuses on building community. He focuses on expansion. That's his magic. You know, building community, expansion, and exponential growth. That's it. So I'd made a decision. You know what? That's the next thing I need to learn. I am a product of phenomenal coaches. Who is your coach? Who are you hanging around with? Who is speaking life, knowledge, wisdom, experience into you? Who is that? It better be someone that's at a much higher level than you, right? Or somebody that is doing what you want to do, because otherwise, if you're the most intelligent one in the room, you're in the wrong room. You're in the wrong room. So going back to, it's the 12th day of the year. Just about this time, if you're like me, and we're like the rest of the people in the world, we are falling off track. We're not following our agenda the way we said we would. There's interruptions every day. Oh my goodness, interruptions every day. Interruptions every day, distractions. You know what it is? I'm going to tell you right now. Here's the secret. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Because I want you to know one thing. I want you to know one thing. What happens to me happens to you. What happens to you happens to everyone. So help me help you, and you help others. That's why I want you to share this, because what is happening right now is the universe is testing your grit. The universe is testing your grit. See, it's easy to say, I want to be awesome. I want to be spectacular. I want to close, 25% more transactions this year. I want to be all that in a bag of chips. But the universe is testing you right now. Mark my words, the universe is testing you right now. And right now, the 12th day into the year, you can look back and you must recognize, where am I? How am I showing up on the 12th day of the year? Am I on track? Am I focused? Am I diligent? Or am I feeling overwhelmed? If you're feeling overwhelmed, turn your brain off and follow instructions. Turn your brain off and follow instructions. So here's what I recognize, that if we're feeling overwhelmed, it's because our brain is really going through, an experience. Again, there's that beautiful word that I want you to, implement. Have the experience of being able to know what growing feels like. We all want to be so comfortable. We all want to be so fuzzy wuzzy cozy and stay stuck. No, allow yourself the experience of knowing, oh my God, this is what growing feels like. I am totally out of my comfort zone. I am so overwhelmed because I am doing new things. I'm learning new things. I'm practicing new things. I'm giving myself permission to push myself beyond my comfort zone, beyond my own limits, beyond my own limiting beliefs, beyond my own limitations. I am learning, and therefore I have growing pains. I'm experiencing the discomfort. I'm experiencing. Am I talking to anybody? If I'm talking to anybody that's watching now, um, give me a number one in the chat. Give me a number one in the chat. Yes, Lucy, I'm off track. I'm overwhelmed. I got headaches. I feel the growing pains, I feel the growing pains, Lucy. I'm with you, because that's what I want you to experience. I want you to experience what it feels like to grow and evolve. You are evolving. You're moving into new territory. So number one, if you are overwhelmed, shut off your brain, shut off your brain and follow directions. So Lucy, what am I supposed to do? So I'm going to give you the secret. I'm going to give you the secret that my coach has shared with us. And we're going over this over and over and over and over because, guys, there's earners in the real estate industry and there's learners in the real estate industry. And you got to decide which one you want to be. If you want to be the earner or you want to be the learner. Here's the difference. The earner is just in real estate just to make fast money. Find the fast way out on the other side with money. But the learners are here to build a successful, consistent, and predictable income producing career. The learners are the ones that want to build a career. Build a career. I have some ones in the chat. Good. I'm feeling growing pains for sure. Yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because you will never go back to being the same way. Once you know it, you can't forget it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you experience it, even if you stop doing it, you already know there's more in you. There's more in you. Come on now. If you guys know there's more in you, give me a number 2 in the chat. As a matter of fact, write this down. I know there's more in me. Write it in the chat. I want you to declare it. I know there's more in me. If you're watching this now live or you're watching it in the replay, I want you to write it down. I know there's more in me. There's more in me. Write it in the chat. Write it in your book. There's more in you. So we're going through growing pains. We're overwhelmed. Here's the secret. What do? Shut off your brain, follow directions. I'm going to give you the 3 things you need to do to overcome overwhelmness, to overcome that feeling of frustration. Like, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I got so many things to do. The thing is, you are growing, you're picking up that speed, right? Let me tell you, I always articulate it this way. I always exemplify it this way. The hardest part for an airplane is takeoff. It's gotta pick up speed. It's gotta pick up momentum. It's gotta break the barrier of gravity. Oh my goodness. Aren't we glad we're not an airplane? You know what it is to break the barrier of gravity? I mean, everything is pulling us down, and this airplane, loaded with a bunch of people, has to pick up the speed, break the speed of 190 miles an hour so that it could enter another principle called aerodynamics. So, right now, every realtor that is going to watch this now or watch this later, are you picking up that speed? You got to break the barrier of yourself. You got to break the barrier of your conformity. You've got to break the barrier of your procrastination. Hello. You got to break the barrier of I don't know. And you got to break the barrier of the the comfort zone. That comfort zone that keeps you stuck. That comfort zone that, oh, this is too hard. This is too much. I don't have the time. I don't know how to do this. um I'm not feeling good. You got to break those barriers. You got to break those barriers. Everybody, you ask someone, you want to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Well, let me ask you this. Do you know how much a millionaire makes a week? A millionaire makes $21,000 approximately a week. $21,000 approximately a week. My throat is getting dry. Probably because I was nervous before jumping on this. I'm going to have a real moment. I'm going to have a real moment and let you guys know that I was a little nervous before jumping on this because I'm human. So I can be real. I'm going to take a sip of coffee because my nerves dried up my throat. And you may say, oh my God, Lucy gets nervous? Yeah, because I want to come and do my best for you guys. I made a decision to make an impact in the agent community. So I'm not showing up here without preparing, and I'm not showing up without, putting on everything, or at least preparing and setting the intent to put on my A game, um, and just bring you something that's going to be impactful, that's going to be special, that's going to be different, that's going to be authentic. This is not just another training. I want this to be an experience. There's that word again. I'm telling you, that is the word that resonates in my heart, my mind, my soul, my being, my life now. Experience. So here's what you do if you're feeling overwhelmed. You shut your brain. You follow directions. You follow what I'm going to give you right now. But it is good. Get comfortable with feeling overwhelmed, because that is a sign that you are what? Everybody write in the chat, I'm growing. I am growing. I'm telling you, whether you're watching this now or on the replay, and I know a lot of people watch it on the replay because I get messages afterwards. If you're not growing, you're stuck. If you're not growing, you're stuck. You know how many people in real estate right now are still stuck, but they've been stuck for the last 3 years. You know how many people right now are stuck in their personal life and their physical life, in their business life? Because you can't be one person in one thing and another person in another. So my coach, John Cheplack, go follow John. I'm also a product of all his amazing, phenomenal, real, raw, down to earth, in your face, call it like it is teachings. And he says, you're not dominating your physical life, you're not dominating your business life. Where else is this showing up? So whatever shows up in our business is showing up somewhere else. Those insecurities, those doubts, that procrastination, the laziness, the I'll leave it for tomorrow, the lack of discipline, the lack of consistency. Hey, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of not being as consistent as I know I could or I should be. So, where else is your stuff showing up? Where else is the stuff that you're dealing with in your business, in your real estate production showing up? Okay. So, how do you overcome the overwhelming feelings and really fire up the fuel of focus? Because it takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of focus. I had my housekeeper here this morning, and it's hard because I'm focusing on what I got to get done, but she wants to ask me questions, and I felt I literally had to show her, listen, when you're asking me questions, you are derailing me. And I showed her, because while she was asking me questions, there was other people also saying, are we going to connect now? Are we going to talk now? And I said, look, I just want you to see this. You got to tell the people in your life, if you're a real estate agent, business owner, tell the people in your life, I need your support because I'm on a mission. It's called the ultimate life. I'm on a mission. It's called going to levels I've never been before. I'm on a mission. It's called being the best version that I can be as a real estate agent, as a person, as a mother, as a father, as whatever it is that I need to show up as. I want to be the best version, and I need your support. So when I showed her, she was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I said, I just wanted you to understand. I just wanted you to understand that I can't be answering questions that have to do with the house. That's why you're here helping me. So who in your life is not understanding that you're trying to grow? Man, I'm trying to grow. Man, I'm trying to go to that next level. Man, I need your support because I'm already overwhelmed. I'm already, off track. I'm already, ready to throw in the towel and go back to my old ways of just waking up in the morning and saying, what am I going to do today? Or what's even worse is every time that phone rings, my real estate friends, every time that phone rings, you're reacting to every buyer that's calling you or every person that is interrupting you instead of running your business like a true, real professional. Doctors don't react to their phone. You could call the doctor and say, I've got a 250-degree fever. They're going to say, you know what? Call 911, go to the emergency room. They've got a plan for that. They've got a plan for that. So what is your plan for staying on track? Because here's what I do know. Most people by now, okay, are derailed. in the things they said they were going to do in 2022. So the feeling of overwhelmness is kicked in. Now you're going to start feeling frustrated. It doesn't matter whether we're talking about you staying healthy, if we're talking about you staying consistent at the gym or eating the right things or whatever it is. By now, you are feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling overwhelmed, and you are slowly but surely derailing. So here's the number one thing you got to do. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Give me a number 4 if you're ready for this. If you're watching now or on the replay, I want to know, Lucy, I'm ready for this. I'm paying attention to this girl because I need it. Because you know what? I'm with you. I feel overwhelmed. I feel frustrated. I already see there's things falling off my plate. I don't know if I'm coming or if I'm going. Yes, ready. Number 4. Yes, right. I am ready for this. I'm ready for this. Number 1, you got to plan. You got to plan your day the day before. You got to plan minute by minute. You got to plan. It's in the planning. It's in the planning. It's in the planning that you set the pace for what you're going to do. Here's the problem. The problem is we want to fit a new life. Listen to this. We want to fit a new life. We want to fit an ultimate life in our old ways of thinking and doing. How is that going to work out? I want to fit a new ultimate life. Lucy, I want to have the ultimate year of production, but I want to continue the old way of running my real estate business, the old way of doing my things each day in, day out, the old way of thinking, the old way of, performing. No, for you to have an ultimate life this year in business and real estate business, you have to plan. So, what am I going to do tomorrow? Let me look at my schedule. Consistently look at your schedule. Consistently focus on staying on track. Now, you may have to go ahead and, scale back wherever you have to scale back. Hey, you're the captain of this ship. You may have to scale back wherever you need to scale back. I don't know. You know, if you are the architect of your life, that's up to you. That's up to you. It's nobody else. Remember, what's the worst habit? And we see so much of this, guys. Be aware of it. Be aware of the people around you that are uh, expressing this habit, especially in the offices and the real estate offices. Be aware of your colleagues. The worst habit, the worst disaster, someone wrote here something about a disaster. The worst disaster for any human is blame shifting, blaming everybody else. No, own it. Take responsibility. Take responsibility and say, you know what? It's not that I'm too busy. It's that I'm not prioritizing. So, yeah, if you got to scale back, scale back. But the number one thing you got to do is plan your day. You have to take time out to plan, and you've got to focus on your schedule and see, maybe you do have to scale back. Maybe you're being unrealistic and saying you're going to accomplish these great things that you've been planning for the last 5 years that you still haven't accomplished because you're not being real and true to yourself and saying, no, here's what I really can do. Here's what I really can do. So the biggest disaster for any human, any business owner, any realtor, any agent, anybody is that blame shifting. Don't blame anybody else. Take control of your schedule. Take control of your day to day. But the number one thing for you to get back on track and stay on track and get rid of that feeling of overwhelmingness, it's like a tongue twister. Overwhelmingness is you got to plan. That's where we lose it all. You can't take a millionaire's uh, income earning potential and stick it into a low budget time management, choice management, mindset management agenda. Guys, I want to be real with you. I want to be real with you. That it's not about making $1 million. It's about who you become in the process. But you certainly cannot earn $1 million a year if you're thinking like a minimum wage performer. There's no way. You think millionaires don't take time to plan? Yes, they do. Trust me, I'm hanging around with multi-million-dollar producers. I mean, that's another level. That's another level. So planning, number one is planning, guys. So write it in the chat, planning. Planning. I got to plan. I got to plan my day. I got to plan my minutes. I got to plan my Monday to Friday. I got to plan my Saturdays. I got to plan my Sundays. And you know what? Don't work 7 days a week. Don't work 7 days a week. Especially in, I see realtors, they work 7 days a week. Why? There's no need. There's no need. There is no need to work 7 days a week. Now you need to work at least 6 days a week because you're building a business. You're building a business. You want to have your ultimate life. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm working 6 days a week. I'm working about 12 to 14 hours a day. Yes, I feel overwhelmed sometimes, but you know what? It's because I'm putting a high level performance and I'm fitting it into the level I was at before. So number one, you got to plan. It's all in the planning. If you don't plan your day the night before, if you don't take the time in the morning to say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to, and you know what? Yeah. The other thing is check out your time, your choice management. Your choice management. What are you doing in the hours that you're supposed to be doing? And then, of course, you can't let people derail you or distract you. You got to be where you got to be present. And if you've got to scale back, scale back, scale back. But the bottom line is you want to experience the feeling of growth. And that's what you really need to focus on is I'm feeling overwhelmed, but it's really not a bad thing. It's because I'm growing. How many of you want to grow, right? I want to grow. If you want to grow, this is part of growing. You're going to feel overwhelmed. Now, when you fall off track, you get frustrated. Number two, and this is a big one. This is a big one for realtors. This is a big one for business owners. This is a big one for everybody. Do what you say you're going to do. Don't let anything get in the way. Don't let anything stop you. Do what you say you're going to do. Do what you say you're going to do. You know, if you say, this is what I'm going to do at this time, and you've planned that out, and you know that's going to take you to where you want to go, then you want to be able to focus on that. That's why the first thing is you got to shut off your brain and follow instructions. Shut off your brain and follow instructions. What is it that I'm supposed to be doing now? Let me follow the instructions that, I have set for myself for this time, or let me follow the instructions that Lucy said, for this time. If you're part of my coaching, my one-on-one coaching, Lucy helped me put this together. And this is what she said that I should be doing during these hours. So let me follow, shut down your brain, and follow instructions. Follow instructions. But the second thing is you have to do what you said you're going to do when you're going to do it. Be a person that does what they say they're going to do. That is so big. That is so big. I'm telling you, every time that I've failed at my consistency, every time that I've failed at the breakthroughs that I wanted to see, every time that I have failed at reaching the levels or the higher levels that I wanted to reach, I can look back and I can see it all began when I stopped doing what I said I was going to do because I got into my head. Right in the chat, get out of my head. Get out of your head. Get out of my head. I'm getting out of my head. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Because every time that I have, stopped or failed at reaching something, it's because I was in my head. I was listening to my old bad habits, that negative chatter, the limiting beliefs, the limiting thoughts, and I stopped doing what I said I was going to do. I did not plan and I did not follow my plan. Yes, get out of your head. Get out of your head, people. We got to get out of our head. I mean, we are programmed for stuff that, it's a miracle we accomplished what we accomplished because we've been through such bad programming. But through experience, and this is why I'm passionate about this, through experience, I'm able to now stand in the mirror and recognize And that's where I want you, that's where I want to take you. That's where I want you to go. Give yourself permission to push yourself beyond your own limits, because you're going to experience another version of yourself. And then you're going to be able to be aware when you look in the mirror, you're not going to blame shift. You're going to own it like a champ. You're going to own it like a winner. You're going to take full responsibility. You know what? It was no one, it was nothing, it was me. I didn't plan, I didn't focus on my plan, and I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. Be a person and surround yourself with people that do what they say they're going to do. Not people that are filled with justification, blame shifting, and excuses. Write in the chat, no excuses. I'm a champ. No excuses. No excuses. Last night I was on an interview on Instagram. Go to Instagram and look up my friend. My He started out as a customer, one of my very first investors out of New York, Dan Barrero, USALandVentures.com. Go to his webinar. He started out as my customer, and now he's a dear friend. He's a brother in the industry. I consider him a big brother in the industry. I'm learning from him. Yes, write down, no excuses. No excuses. And yesterday he was asking me, Lucy, how did you overcome the challenges that you faced as a Hispanic Latino woman, in a man's world, in an industry, in a market that was mainly non-Hispanic? I mean, you must have gone through a lot of challenges. I said, yes, I did. And I remember the feeling of uncertainty and insecurity and fear, like fear that would just paralyze me. Like I would sit in a meeting at the Realtor Association in my city, in the back room, the corner towards the wall, and I would not move. He said, how did you overcome that? How did you overcome that to be the woman you are today? You're still Latina, you're still Hispanic, you're still in real estate, but you're not where you started. You are so far ahead. And I said, and I still don't feel like I've gotten started. I feel like I've been in, a master's degree university learning. I feel like I've been a student, and now is when I'm just getting started. And I said, the truth is, I kept going back. I kept putting myself in the discomfort. I kept putting myself, that is my experience back in the year 2000 as a very young, totally no knowledge, no confidence, fearful, insecure real estate agent with a real estate license that was not going to do a thing for me unless I made it happen, unless I did what I needed to do. And I told him, I said, I would keep going back. I would keep putting myself in that discomfort. I'm talking to realtors right now that every time, and I'm talking to business owners, and I'm talking to professionals, and I'm talking to solopreneurs and entrepreneurs and single operators and mom operators, and I don't care what you do in life. If every time you feel the discomfort, the overwhelmingness, the frustration, you're going to go back, you're never going to break through. You're never going to break through. And it's only a matter of time before your brain kicks in and connects and comes into agreement with your new habits, with your new schedule, with your new priorities, with the new discomforts that are suddenly going to become more comfortable. And you're going to say, oh, man, it's not so hard anymore. It's not so hard anymore. So, number two, you got to do what you say you're going to do. No excuses. No excuses. Surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up, pick you up, push you up, that are going to speak you up, and that are going to hold you accountable. Hold you accountable. I told my staff, if I ever say, good Lord, if I ever say I don't want to do my 12 o'clock coaching for my agent community, you have my permission to call me out and say, no, 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 no. Hold on. You preach it. You better practice it. So you got to be a person that does what they say they're going to do. And last but not least, and this is a big one, review every day what you've done, review your performance, review your operation, review what you're doing. Just go back and review. So what did I do on January 1st? What did I do on the second? Well, I think January 1st was what, a Saturday. So let's take it to Monday. What did I do on the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th? What did I do yesterday, the day? Review everything. Because in your reviewing, you're going to be looking in the mirror. In your reviewing, you are going to be seeing the things that are either hurting you or propelling you. In your reviewing, guys, for you and I to live the ultimate life in our real estate business, we've got to do this with a premeditated mindset. Like, I am premeditated about what I'm doing. I am not going to exist anymore. I am not going to sit around and wait for business to fall from the sky. I'm not going to react to my phone ringing like a squirrel hunter, like my coach John Cheplack says. Don't be a squirrel hunter. Stop being a squirrel hunter. Plan, do, review. Plan, do, review. Plan, do, review. You get better by practicing. You get better by showing up. You get better by being discomforted. You get better by building that muscle every single day. Get obsessed with having the ultimate business year in real estate. Get obsessed with breaking and shattering the ceiling of your limitations. What is limiting you? Let me ask you a question that I asked someone 2 months ago when they kept telling me, but I don't know how to do that. But I don't know how to do. I want to do this. I'm frustrated because this is what I want to do. And I said, well, why aren't you doing it? Why are you not doing it? And they said, because I've never done it before. Exactly. Why are you not doing it? Well, what do you mean? I've never done it before, so I don't know what to do. Exactly. Why are you not doing it? See, this person wanted to blame other people or their lack of knowledge, other things, or their lack of experience, other circumstances for why they were not doing what they wanted to do. And then they were frustrated and they were blaming everybody else. No, own it. What's the first thing I need to do? I need knowledge. I need education. Let me go find someone. Let me go be a good student. Let me stop being a whiner, complainer, murmurer. Let me stop being a blame shifter. Let me stop complaining. My broker, the brokerage, the leads are no good. The people, the buyers are liars. I mean, we come up with all this lame blame, all this lame blame. You know what? No, the buyers are not liars. You did not qualify them properly and find out exactly what they needed. You're not serving their purpose, and therefore you now become another one of the bunch. You need to have conversations with people. Don't jump in the car unless you're an Uber driver. If you're an Uber driver, jump in the car and take people wherever they want to go. But if you're in real estate, why are you jumping in the car? You need to have a conversation. Anyway, that's another training for another time. But today we're talking about, we're 12 days in. We're 12 days into the year. The feeling of overwhelmingness is setting in, frustration. We're off track. We were doing really good last week, but now this week, I got to do this. I got to do that. This person interrupted me. That person interrupted me. This broke down. That broke down. This person didn't work. All these things, you got to own it. If you want to have your ultimate life, you got to plan, do, review. When? Every day. Put on the chat. Plan, do, review. When? Every day. Plan, do, review every day. I don't care if you are working for somebody. Become the ultimate, you know, staff member, and then go and become their partner. Hey, how do you think I got here? I became the partner of a person that gave me an opportunity. Because I said to that person, I said, me, I want to be you one day. And then I put action behind it. Nothing could stop me. Sounds like a song. Nothing can stop me. Nothing could stop me. I was relentless in my pursuit. And yes, I've fallen many times. I've got beat up by life many times. I've got knocked out by life many times. I've got destroyed by situations and circumstances many times. But guess what? It's my get up. It's my get up that gives me the triumph. It's my get up and go again that gives me that, that win. How is your get up? Write in the chat. I need some get up. I need get up. I need more get up. I got to get good at my get up. Don't fall on your butt. Don't let nothing put you on your butt and you stay down. No, get up. Get up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Yes. Every day. That's what you need to say every day. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. But every day you got to plan, you got to do, you got to review. And guys, it's in the practice. Practice getting up, practice planning, practice doing, practice reviewing, practice again every single day. Baby steps, one step in front of the other. Shut off your brain, shut off the negative chatter, the limiting thoughts, the limiting beliefs, the programming, what people say, what people do, what you think, what you don't want to do. Don't listen to your mind. Shut it off and follow directions. Guys, this is what's going to give us an ultimate experience. You know, we want to close out December 2022 having had the ultimate experience in our professional life, in our personal life, in our business life, in our, you know, day-to-day life, and how we operate and how we walk, how we talk, how we perform, how we look, how we show up. How do you show up? Do you show up like a winner? Do you show up like a winner? Like are you ready? Like, are you ready to represent every single day? You know, we want to be millionaires. We want to be all that. We want to be high level, whatever, you know, performers. How are you showing up? You got to show up the way you want to be seen. I asked, I asked my group of agents one day, you know, I have an assignment, and I'm going to be real here for a moment before we close out. I have an assignment from my coach, and my assignment is, tell me what you think of me when you see me. Tell me what comes to mind when you hear or see Lucy Quinones. Hey, it's pretty scary, but you know what? I need to know. I need to know. I want to know, because there is a way I want to show up, but then there's a way I'm showing up. And the truth shall set you free. So you might as well know the truth. And that's why that's part of my assignment. So how are you showing up? How are you showing up every single day? Every single day counts. Every single day matters. Show up like a winner. Show up like a doer. Show up like a planner. Show up like a reviewer. Find a way to overcome your overwhelmingness. Find a way to stay motivated. I'm telling you, you got to hang out with the right crowd of people if you want to keep moving to that next level. Like, it doesn't matter what I feel. What matters is I have given myself permission to make this the ultimate year, and I am ready, willing, and hungry. Ready, willing, and hungry to experience what an ultimate year in the life of Lucy Quinones is going to be like. Right now, it feels pretty overwhelming. Right now, it feels pretty, you know, chaotic sometimes, because I'm having to bring myself back into alignment. I'm having to go beyond my limitations. I'm having to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So right now, you know, it's not feeling all that good. But guess what? I'm showing up. How are you showing up? I need more get up. I need more get. Yeah, you get up by practicing it. Get up. You know, get up. Guys, every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, every Wednesday, share this with someone. If you're watching it in the replay, let me know you're watching it in the replay. I am committed. I am totally committed. I am ready, willing, and hungry to bring people on this journey with me. I'm doing my part to have my ultimate experience in 2022. I want to bring real estate professionals, real estate agents, whether you've been in real estate for 5 minutes, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, it doesn't matter. And here's where we're going. Here's where we're going. And I want you to spread the word. I want you to hold me accountable as well, and reach out to me and let me know if anything that I've shared with you has resonated, has worked, or you're stuck. Let me know how I can serve you, because I have made a commitment to make an impact. You know, make an impact in my agent community. At 1:30, I'm doing this training in Spanish, because now I've expanded internationally. And I've got an amazing group of Latino real estate agents in South America, you know. And so I am committed to doing this and to bring you on this journey with me, because I had a vision. I said, I can take what I've been doing for the last 10 years and now really put it out there, and stop thinking about me and my insecurities, but really put it out there, because I know it works. I know people that it's worked for. There's people that still write me today and say, Lucy, everything you taught me has helped me. It worked. Thank you. And I said, so if it's helped those people, what's holding me back from sharing it with so many other people? And I realized it was my own insecurity. It was my own fear. It was my own limiting thoughts. It was my own limiting beliefs. That's why I say, you know what? It's time for some experience coaching. But my vision is to coach real estate agents into a six-figure income. And I don't care if you've been in the business 5 minutes. You have an unlimited income potential earning vehicle. It's called real estate. It's called real estate. And I want you to see it that way because I am the product of this vehicle. And I didn't start out knowing what I know now. As a matter of fact, I didn't even start out knowing how to write a contract. So if you're willing to put in the work and you're really willing to put in the commitment and you're willing to be held accountable, I want to bring you on this journey because let me tell you something. Real estate changed my life, but it was because I had to plan, do, and review. And I still haven't learned everything I need to learn. So this journey is on a course to a destination called I'm looking for the real estate agents that want to commit to themselves to become six-figure income earners. Six-figure income earners. I said six-figure income earners. But you got to break and shatter the overwhelming feelings that you get and all these other things that come against us to test us and try us. Guys, share this with somebody. I'll see you next Wednesday at noon. We're going to continue this journey. It's going to be more and more intense, more amazing, more exponential every single Wednesday because let me tell you, there's only way to go and that is up. We're going to make this an ultimate year and I'll see you next Wednesday at noon. Let me know how you're doing with everything I shared.